So in the latest episodes of Love Island UK, we have the pod reunion, and Javen was being a very, very naughty boy. He was flirting with all the girls in front of Katisha's face. She was already pissed off at that. And people have already been questioning Javon. The girls have been coming to Katisha as a woman very politely to be like, girl, are you serious about this? And they're trying to do it very softly. And then she's been like, oh, do you guys not believe in our relationship? And they're like, no, we just want to make sure that you're happy. But Megan was definitely plotting on Javen's downfall because she saw him at the after party of the pod reunion, and she got the evidence. Well, she didn't capture any evidence. It would have been nice if she did, to be honest. She should have really been taking her phone out, really. If she was a real bitch, she would have been taking her phone out and we would have saw the footages. But basically, she comes to report to Katisha that at the after party, Javen was moving mad. He was in the photo booth with the curtain closed with Sophie. He was flirting with Anna, who was flirting with Yolanda. And when Megan confronted him on it, he was talking about, well, yeah, they make me happy. What's the big deal? And Megan goes to snitch on Katisha immediately. And Katisha, she believes Megan. And I feel like her gut feeling was already telling her that Javen wasn't trash. So I feel like this was the final nail in the coffin because they were already having a hard time. Because they clearly weren't compatible. So Katisha's basically like, Javen, I'm packing my bags, I'm going. It's enough now. It's enough. And Javen is denying it and he's calling Megan a liar. And he's basically saying this is misinformation. Keyword misinformation. Like first he said that it was a lie, and then he said that it was misinformation. And when he said misinformation, I thought to myself, guilty. You're absolutely guilty. So Katisha now is a little bit conflicted because she's like, who should I believe? Should I believe Javen or should I believe Megan? Like, why would Megan lie? And she ends up going with her gut and she packs her bag and she writes Javen a little letter. And when Javen sees the letter, he literally rips it up and puts it in the bin and he's immediately pissed and he's like, Megan, this is all Megan's fault. So he sets up a meeting with Megan and Kieran to try and clear his name. And Megan is basically like, I saw what I saw and I said what I said to Katisha. I'm not backtracking nothing. And he was basically like, my relationship is ended because of you. And they're going back and forth. They're arguing back and forth. Megan storms off and starts crying. Kieran's just there like a numpty. I don't even know why he was there. I don't know why he wasn't really defending Megan like that when it started to get heated. I feel like he should have checked Javen when he was heated. But he was just sitting there like a numpty, which I thought was a bit strange. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't have gone to meet up with Javen anyway if I was Kieran and Megan, but it's given very much the producers made them sit down because it is a juicy bit of drama. But Kieran just sitting there like a numpty, that would have given me the ick. But yeah, anyway, Megan, even though she was crying, I don't know why she was crying. I don't know. Some people, when they get angry, they cry. She said, I said what I said and I saw what I saw. Javen does apologise to Kieran for making Megan cry, but he basically says, like, this is misinformation. We do see him have a call before with Patrick to be like, yeah, like, isn't this misinformation? And Patrick is agreeing and saying, yeah, and if Katisha doesn't believe you, then you want a match. She's low vibrational. And I was just thinking, of all the people to go and affirm you, of course you're calling up Patrick. Of course it's Patrick you're calling up. Now, we haven't had other cast members come in to chime in to confirm what Megan is saying. I definitely feel like Javen was probably flirting disrespectfully though. I can believe that. He was trying to say that him and Sophie were arguing in the photo booth. They weren't flirting. I don't buy that. But I think it's going to be quite interesting to see this addressed at the reunion. Obviously, it's going to come up at the reunion. What do we think? Do you think, like, because, you know, of course the cameras are not there. What is up with the cameras not being at the after party? Like, this is like the second time I've seen something go down at an after party and the camera crew were not there. They need to start sending people out with GoPros on their head. This is key drama that we're missing. But I gotta hear from you guys. Do you think Megan may have exaggerated things, or do you feel like Javen is definitely guilty? I gotta hear. And do you think it was worth breaking up with? They were never a good match anyway, so them breaking up, any reason I would have been cool with. But I gotta hear from you guys.